Stacy found another swing.
I am made to be free.
So we got into Quito yesterday. We didn't have much time to do anything, so we just went over to a bus station to get our tickets for Lego at Grio for when we go to the Amazon. And then we met up with my friend Gabby, which was really awesome. We had dinner, just caught up a little bit, and then came back to the hostel. Today she is taking us to the Mitad del Mundo, which is like the equator monument and museum thing. So that should be really fun. So yeah, that's what's happening today. So we made it to Mitad del Mundo with our lovely friends, Gabby.
Used to stay inside the homes and spend it most of the time in the kitchen or live under the stoves. Warmth.
¿Cuánto cuesta cada uno?
75 centavos.
The fake equator.
It's a big phony.
We're about 250 meters away from the real one.
But we're gonna go check it out after. But first we gotta see this one.
Yeah.
North, south, north, south. Okay, so we're walking around inside the actual like equator tower thing that they have here, and it's like filled with like a ton of different exhibits. You take an elevator up to the top, and then you walk down through the exhibits to get down to the bottom. Okay, so we are wrapping up here now, and now we're headed to the actual center of the globe that was discovered using GPS.
Now we're at the real one. Way smaller site. Like no people around. Love the llamas. Always love the llamas.
This is a raw egg, so it's gonna be easier to balance the egg on a nail than in another city or in another country. Looking this way. Do it. 3 steps. Good. On. Yes. Put your arms like this. Be strong. Don't let me put down your arm. Put like this. Be strong. Okay. See you. Here. Strong. What happened with the same example, with the same strength on the feet.
Aye.
That'll be easier for me.
Stacy balanced an egg. She gets a diploma. And the center of the world visa stamp. Okay, so we're just finishing up here at the actual center. And of course they did all the typical, like along the equator, like tricks, right? And so we're just about to head out.
So we're in Fresh Plaza. It's absolutely crazy with bars and restaurants and so many people. It's Saturday night too, so that makes sense. Just trying to find somewhere to eat for dinner. But yeah, even the bars are open at like 6 o'clock, which is really fun. But yeah, it's very lively. It's pretty cool walking around.
Okay, so we found this shawarma place to eat right off like the main bar square. Shawarma dishes all for $3.50, $3. Pretty cheap prices for lemon riscal. What it is, plate of shawarma. Just you got a shawarma wrap. Okay, so we're at a grocery store right now, and this Bakari is supposed to be really good chocolate, winning world awards, and we're going a little buck wild here. Each bar is $2, and then there's chocolate covered cocoa beans, and they're like $3. So naturally, I'm getting one of each.
So we spent the evening on our hostel terrace. This nice view of the city. Okay, so we have a bit of a late start today. We're gonna go down to the historical center and explore. Because it's Sunday, I think a lot of the streets downtown are shut down. So it should be really nice just walking around, taking the bus down. It should be good.
Okay, so something that's immediately obvious between Old Town and New Town is New Town only has sort of like Western burger places, get some wings, get some beer, stuff like that. Here in Old Town, you get into set menus and cheap stuff, right? Like, there were a few options in Old Town for lunches, but the Old Town is quite obvious back into like cheap Ecuador, whereas New Town or La Mariscal, Gringolandia is quite a bit more expensive. So if you want cheap, come to Old Town. Okay, so down there is the San Francisco Plaza, and we just came down this street and we found a whole bunch of set menus. Here is $2.50, there is $2.50, here is $2.50, and then down there again is another $2.50. So lots of good options. We just ate here at the restaurant El Cine de San Francisco. Cine de San Francisco. It's pretty good. I mean, they're all quite similar, but for $2.50, how can you go wrong? And then if you don't want to do a set menu, there's always these menus with a bunch of $3, $4 kind of options.
So from Plaza San Francisco, we grabbed a cab up to Panecillo, which is like the Virgin, and there's a giant statue over there, and it's a 360 view of the whole city of Quito. So we're just hanging out up here. There's some food stalls, we might get some local things, and then maybe head back down to Old Town because there's still some cathedrals I wanted to go into.
Like the volcano Basilica.
That isn't one of them.
Gracias.
It's got the blackberry.
Mora.
Mora ice cream. And that's how they make it.
So the guy from our hostel told us about this bakery and Dulce in Old Town. Apparently it's one of the best bakeries in Quito, and we're getting hot chocolate with cheese, which is an Ecuadorian specialty.
Okay, so right now we are on one of the main platforms, where it's sort of like the bus system that runs through town, and it's 25 cents away, and it's like super frequent and super easy to do. We were told by our local connection that it's not so good during super busy times, because it's more likely that it's one, an uncomfortable ride, and two, that you get like pickpocketed or whatever.
So this is where we've been having breakfast most mornings. It's this little bakery just up the steps from our hostel. It's really nice. I think there's like a French restaurant up here. So it's a French bakery, so the pastries and stuff are really good. Today we're hanging out in Quito again. We're gonna go up the Teleferico, which is like the gondola to the top of the mountain for a view. Took an Uber here. Kind of went all over the place, so it was a little more expensive than we wanted, but that's okay. It's kind of neat. There's like a little theme park here. Volcano Land or something. But it's closed. But yeah, so we're heading up now.
A lot of hard work, but we got an empty one for just the two of us. It was very stressful. And like a really, really slow speed car chase.
Yeah.
But we got it. The world is ours now. We can do whatever we want.
And there's no
here.
bicycle racks.
So we can get good pictures.
So we missed it the last time we were in Old Town, so now we're doing the Basilica. So we paid $2 to go up the tower, and this is the view from one of the sides. It's a little bit hard to see, but where gargoyles normally would be, they have like different birds from Ecuador. So over on the other side there's pelican and parrots and penguins. It's pretty cool. So it's our last day in Quito, and we've been really bad at trying all the things Gabby's told us to try. So she's brought us here in the mall to try some traditional Ecuadorian dishes. We're getting the mini frittata, mote sucio, and we're getting 2 empanadas de morocho. Should we get some empanadas, our frittata, and mote sucio? Now we're trying yuca bread and yogurt. So we came to Carolina Park. It's pretty typical, except for they have a big plane in the middle of it. It's pretty neat.